Hey guys, how's it going this morning? Hey Kat, hey Trace on the case, hey Jen, hey Lip Lock. I like that. Lip Locked no more. Red Zeppelin, Aggie, Christy C. See. Hi Holly. Nosed Poets. That cracks me up, that name. Some of these names just get me rolling. Dodging Bullets, that's a good one. Good morning. Kiss, kiss my angel. Hey Amy, how you doing? I know I saw, let me roll through here. I don't want to miss anybody. It happens sometimes. That one Ginger, good morning. Hey, Chasing Justice. Did I miss anybody? I hope not. Let me scroll up. Hey, Creepy Barbie. Hey, Katie Bird. Good morning, Brittany. Hi, Linda. Yeah, exactly. Poor summer. Exactly. Poor summer. All right. I think that was everybody. So we'll let a few more people get the notification. Hi, Betty. We got some new people in here. Hey, before we get rolling, go ahead and hit the sub button and the bell to get notifications. I know a lot of people have been reaching out to us saying that they're having an issue getting notifications, and I don't know. I have no idea. They're like, I get it for other channels. I don't know what's going on. Well, I mean, I don't know what's going on either. So just check the community tab because, you know, I update in there when we're going to go live. This week, as far as I know, it's going to be today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. But if anything happens in the afternoon, the evening, you know, then, you know, we'll jump on and do that. And I got some emails yesterday, and I wasn't ignoring anybody, but it was just easier to address it all at once here than, you know, reply to all these different emails. I know some people were saying they got timed out and stuff yesterday. And, you know, that was uncharted territory for us. I never really thought that we would ever cover a funeral of a murder victim. Her parents made it public. We've been discussing Gabby's case, so it didn't really seem like a reason not to. And also remember, sometimes when you get timed out, it's an accident. You know, I have actually timed out my own, you know, timed out our own mods by accident. A lady messaged me a couple weeks ago. She's like, why am I in timeout? And I realized I was the one that did it. I don't know how that happened because she certainly didn't do anything wrong. So, I mean, everything, you know, was handled wonderfully. And I can't thank the mods enough because we had a lot of new people in there and it was getting kind of crazy. So my apologies to anybody that thought they were timed out or, you know, didn't understand what was going on. I'm just going to read a couple of these. Exactly, Bob. Where is summer? Where is summer? All right, I'm going to bring our best friend, Kevin B, up. Good morning, Kevin. What are you cooking this morning?
Made me up some Dawn.
Cooking up some Dawn. Love the avatar.
Oh, that guy's so much fun to pick on. Good morning, chat. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, all the new people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, look at that avatar. So we're cooking up some Dawn this morning, huh? What's on the menu?
Frying some Dawn ass. Dawn, Candace, and Grandis. Mm-hmm. As usual, I have to have that daily.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, he's been kind of quiet, Mr. Donny Boy.
Well, he made us.
Where's Summer, Don?
Well, he's never going to answer that now, is he?
Good. I know.
He's never going to
I don't think he will ever answer that question. Hey, and I'll bet something too. I'll put money on this. He doesn't beg the national news media for his daughter, you know, to cover for his daughter too. But I bet he's shitting his pants that John Walsh is on the case.
Oh, good point. I was just getting ready to bring that up. I can't wait for John Walsh to get into this on Wednesday. Because, you know, Don can run his mouth all he wants about EquiSearch and stuff like that. Because, I mean, there are some people that don't really like EquiSearch. I don't know why. I've never been able to figure it out. But when he starts trashing John Walsh, it's going to be all too telling, don't you think?
Oh, that's when it's going to get real. That's when it's going to be fun, because if he start, and he's going to have to do something. Think about it. He's going to have, because Don, remember, he's like the biggest narcissist. So what is Don going to say about John Walsh?
He can't say anything. John Walsh's son was actually truly abducted and murdered, and he has dedicated his life to getting justice for victims.
Yeah.
What is Don going to say?
Summer was abducted too.
I want Mark Klass to get involved too. I know a couple of the members were saying that they were going to send an email to Mark Klass with the Polly Klass Foundation. Because what's Don going to do?
I don't know who that is.
Want to know. Yeah, exactly. John Walsh is not going to mess around. Mark Klass. I'll send it to you in an email. I'll send you the link.
Yeah.
His daughter was abducted and murdered.
Oh. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And another thing I was wondering is when John Walsh gets really involved in this, that's going to be national. How many people are going to show up at Ben Hill Hell protesting?
That's what I want to know.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see that whole road filled with people screaming. That's what I'd like to see. Yeah.
I mean, I would like the same attention on Summer that we've seen for Gabby.
Yep.
Yeah, Mark Klass would be awful. Would be awesome. Sorry. Go ahead, Kevin.
I wonder what law enforcement in Rogersville, Tennessee thinks about John Walsh.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up. Because, cocky ass Sheriff Lawson sitting there talking about social media and integrity of the case.
Yep.
What's he going to do when this is nationally covered? I'd like to see Dr. Phil get a hold of it. Dr. Oz, he does the true crime stories now. But John Walsh is going to open new avenues because everything's anonymous and people are going to start calling him with tips. I guarantee it's really going to change everything.
Yep. And Don and Candace have been sitting up on Ben Hill Hell, hiding and drinking and drugging. What are they going to do when this hits national? It won't be no more sitting up there being all quiet and acting like a fool. Nope.
And how will there's at least one channel that vehemently defends Don. Almost said John Walsh. So how is this person going to defame John Walsh? That's what I want to know, because it's coming. It's coming. Anybody that tries to help Summer gets attacked by Don and by this other person.
Yep. You know what's going to be interesting, and I'm going to make a little prediction maybe here. When this busts loose with John Walsh, I look for Don and Candace. They're gonna either sit in that house and like freak out and everything, or they are going to try to get out of the area. I don't know. It's just going to be interesting on what happens.
It's going to change everything.
Yep.
Because John Walsh, America's Most Wanted, that has got a huge audience. Millions of people watch it. Millions of people follow him. When he starts talking about Summer,
yep,
it's going to be different.
Way different. Don thinks the heat's been turned up on him. Oh, it's on simmer compared to what's going to happen when John Walsh gets involved.
And I can't wait to see what he says. And really, the only reason John Walsh is getting involved is because of people like in our community that started messaging him when he got involved with Gabby Petito and said, what about Summer? What about Summer? What about Summer? He wasn't interested in covering Summer, didn't even probably know about it, if you want to know the truth. It's not as big of a story as people think. It's really not.
Right.
And so when people started reaching out saying, hey, there's a little girl in Tennessee that's been missing since June, boom, he's on it. So, I mean, it's people like, you know, our community that reached out and said, you know,
hello?
Yeah, they're like,
Okay.
please do the same thing for Summer. Yeah, thank you to everyone who messaged John Walsh.
Yeah, exactly. You know, actually, Ronnie, if it wasn't for social media, this might not even be happening. It probably wouldn't. People are sick of it. Don and Candace and Grandma. Where's your, you know, where's your daughter and your granddaughter? Come on.
Let me address this real quick. Haunted, yeah, it's In Pursuit with John Walsh. What I was saying is, you know, millions of people have followed him because, you know, he started America's Most Wanted. But you're right. It's on the ID channel. Thank you. Thank you, Imre. And it's In Pursuit with John Walsh. I wish it was America's Most Wanted and had Don and Candace and Grandis on it.
Yeah, I'll take anybody compared to Mayberry RFD in Rogersville. You know, wake up. You know, that's Ronnie. He's like, yeah, well, he's just like Don. Yeah.
Oh, no, Haunted, you didn't do anything wrong. I was thanking you.
No.
Haunted, you didn't do anything wrong. Anytime something sounds inaccurate, please let us know. Exactly, Jory. People, I mean, you know, I don't want to encourage a riot by any means. I'm just going to say I'm surprised people aren't standing at the bottom of that hill every day saying, where's your daughter?
Well, let me tell you something. I hope they do show up at the bottom of that damn hill. And I hope they scream louder than ever before. You know, I hope they have torches, pitchforks. I mean, that kind of a mob. I mean, this needs to end, and these pathetic individuals need to be arrested for at least child neglect, you know, and more. We've had enough of the hush-hush Ronnie Lawson style.
Yeah, quit talking about it. Quit talking about it. When I heard that come out of his mouth, I'm like, look, man, I get you don't want people, you know, blowing up your phones 5,000 times a day about something that they heard on YouTube or saw on Facebook. I get it. But he keeps going, anybody you dig up, we've already talked to him. We've already talked to him. Then get something done.
Well, he'll be talking to John Walsh, and I bet he ain't talked to him yet.
Yes. Yes. It's going to be a totally different cooking show for you on Thursday,
Yep.
huh?
Yeah, these eggs will be burnt. They'll be black, charred, because John Walsh is going to get a piece of some asses. And I can't wait.
Yep.
You know, this has gone on long enough. You know, and like I said before, just stay in it for the long haul. Something's going to happen. Something's going to break. They are going to jail. I just cling to that hope because they cannot get away with this, in my opinion.
Nope. Oh, Kat's got her eggs cooking too.
There you go.
So did you get a chance to look over the statement that Don made over the weekend? I thought he was going on to dispute what the neighbor said, but he didn't do that. He didn't do that. So what does that tell us?
I wonder who told him not to. I just, yes, I wonder who it was. But I'm not going to dog that boy today because, you know, these people that are defending Don, the One Channel, because his son has COVID. And I do, and if that's true, I do feel, you know, y'all know what I think about Benny Keys, okay? But I'm going to leave him alone for a minute because if his son he has COVID and stuff. I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. So I'm gonna leave him alone for the day.
Right. All right. I'm going to read this statement, and I'll stop every now and then. We can discuss it, okay? Hello, everyone. I said I would make a statement on my kidnapped daughter, Summer. She was kidnapped on June 15th. It has been 3 months now, and still my wife and I have no answers on where my daughter, Summer, can be found, or on the heartless kidnapper that stole her away.
Yeah, you're heartless, all right, Don. You stole her away.
Huh. The only people that can crack this case, well, one of them was the one that turned over this statement.
Yep. I'm sticking to that too till the day I croak.
Yep. Summer was a sweet a sweet, caring, kind-hearted little girl. Yeah, did you catch that, Kevin?
Yeah, was. He always speaks in past tense about her from day one because he knows. Was. Yeah, she was. Yeah.
I always felt that the past tense was way too telling because parents of missing children, okay, most recently, not trying to, mix cases, most recently, in recent memory, Gabby Petito, when her parents were on the national news media. Exactly, Kat. There was no past tense. It was pleading. They were terrified. They were aggravated. They were anxious. They were crying. But from day one, Dawn's been like, she was great. She was a great girl.
Yeah. She liked. L-I-K-E-D. Dawn. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she liked to twirl and twirl. Kissy, kissy, huggy, huggies. Okay. That guy.
If you look at the Gannon Staunch case, Al Staunch and his ex-wife Landon, while they were pleading for Gannon, there was Letitia. She gave one interview where she was on Facebook, and on Facebook when she talked about Gannon, it was in past tense. And as we know, Letitia is in jail for his murder.
You know what? It's been over 100 days. And honestly, if it was anybody else, you would still not use your abducted child. You wouldn't talk about her in past tense because you would have the hope that hopefully she would be found. You wouldn't be saying, that just goes to show you. He knows she is not coming back.
Well, you said a mouthful there. The word hope. They don't have any hope because they know she is nowhere around. They know she is not alive.
In my opinion, they know you can't find her too.
Right. They know it. Why else would they be so arrogant? Why would they be getting wasted on a Tuesday pranking people?
Yeah, if this daughter was really abducted, none of that behavior would even be happening. What? It's, and with this John Walsh, is Don going to plead nationally for his daughter? I don't think not. In my opinion.
He's not going to talk to John Walsh because John Walsh would tear him apart.
Bad. To pieces. Well, it's coming, Donnie boy.
I hope him and Candace go on his show. I hope they do. Because
another thing? Wonderful. Yeah, another thing I just thought of sitting here. You know how all us channels on social media have been begging for Summer? What's going to happen when John Walsh grabs it and the whole nation is pissed off? Uh-huh. Yeah, I can't wait.
I can't wait either.
Nope. That's going to be awesome. Man, they called for thunder. The thunder's coming down, Donnie boy. It's on its way. Like in the Tombstone movie. You call on, and hell's coming with me. It's going to be No more hiding up on Ben Hill doing your thing. There ain't going to be no more of that when John Walsh gets involved.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, I agree. It's going to change everything because it's going to be on a national stage.
Yep.
People have their DVR set to John Walsh.
Exactly.
It's extremely popular.
Social media is going to blow up over this. You think? I mean, it's going to be wild. I can't wait.
Oh, I can't wait either. I can't wait to see it. If we can, we'll stream it.
Yeah.
It says, okay, so he goes on to say she was so full of life and had an electrifying energy that just light up the world and them around her. Meaning, with a colon, a room seemed too small to hold all Summer's happy, bright, positive form of energy.
Like her dungeon?
Like her dungeon, yeah. Yeah, the dungeon certainly couldn't keep it contained. Exactly. I believe that is why Summer loved being outside so much. She was a ball of pure sunshine that loved spreading and sharing her God-given gift of positive energy with everyone around her. Summer loved singing, dancing, running, jumping, spinning around with her arms out, and the biggest, sweetest, full of life smile she was always upon her face.
He didn't write that.
No! You really think Don wrote this?
Hell no.
We've all seen the stuff that he put on Facebook. They're run-on sentences, their words all put together, mainly all in caps. Okay, so this part he may have.
To write it, you'd have to have a pen and paper. I doubt if they even have that.
Yeah. Savannah said Don did not write this letter. No.
Absolutely not. That stupid ass.
I mean, really. And we know Candace didn't either.
Well, she can't even hold the pen.
No.
She's probably in a recliner and the pen, she wouldn't even know. She wouldn't even be able to find it.
So it's kind of blurry, but I'm going to try to finish a little bit of it. I love and miss her so much and just want her back. But I must face this anger also because it is inside me, bottled up and waiting on the sick, selfish bastard that stole my daughter right off her own land, where a 5-year-old should feel safe and always be the safest.
I don't think Summer was safe on 110 Ben Hill. Hell.
I don't think Summer felt safe up there either.
Not for a day.
So whoever wrote this, I agree, it's where she should have felt the safest.
Well, you know where it came from. Well, let's look at it this way. If he didn't write it, so who helped him? I told you I'm not going to talk about him today.
Yeah, who helped him write this, and then he sent it to another channel?
I'll tell you who. Tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll be nice today to him.
You are on your best behavior today.
I am.
I don't know what's going on.
I just can't wait for John Walsh to light this up.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Exactly. Amy said a female helped because lighting up a room, the energy that couldn't be contained in a room. That's not something. No, that's not.
No, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don did not write this.
See, this is why I have a hard time talking about my little girl. I cannot even stay on topic about it. Like, so this is fuzzy. My mind is so full of hurt, pain, and pure anger over this selfish, heinous crime.
I'm sure it is.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, I bet it is. This heinous crime, Don.
This selfish, heinous crime.
Yeah.
You'll love this part, Kevin. Some selfish, predatory psychopath decided he was going to commit on June 15th, 2021.
Yeah, a narcissist. A narcissist used the word selfish. Good one, Don.
Yeah. Heinous
Because the
crime.
world revolves around you.
I like this part. Selfish, predatory psychopath. I also like how he assumes it's a man when he has said, recently that he hopes she's with a rich old woman.
Right. But she's in the resurrection with the rich woman, I guess, because he said that too.
I know.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I don't even know. Summer had no chance of fighting against such a sick-minded human. That's pretty all-telling, don't you think, that Summer had no chance of fighting back? What do you think he's saying?
He should have said, well, I hope she's not in the dungeon, and I bet she's with some rich lady, and I'll see the both of them in the resurrection. Yeah, okay, Don.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see about that, Mr. Candace. Don and Candace and Granny. Where's Summer?
Exactly.
We are going to find out. We are. The thunder is coming down on you, Donnie boy. What are you going to do? Tell us. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just think it's quite a mouthful for him to say selfish, predatory psychopath.
Right.
And especially
He's
when
a
he's
psychopath.
This is what really irritates me. Summer had no chance of fighting.
Wow.
Like
No, she didn't.
Like Nostit Potes said, that's a major statement.
Yeah, she's 5 years old, Don. No, she couldn't fight a big person off. You know? She's a little 5-year-old girl. Sicko.
And he expands on that. He says she had no chance of fighting against such a sick-minded human. Then he says no child does. And I want the laws changed on...
Okay, well...
The laws are pretty strict, Don. The laws are pretty strict about murdering children, abducting children, sexually abusing children. The laws are very strict. The problem is you and your wife will not give enough information for them to help your daughter, for them to find them. This isn't about the laws. This is about you. This is about you, Don. This is about you, Candace. And Grandma, you know a lot more than what you're saying. Hence why you're telling people different stories. This isn't about the law.
Grandma's hiding. Don and Candace are still up in that shithole. Okay? But in Granny, I'm going to tell you something. I've said it from the beginning. She is going to get her ass dragged back to Tennessee to face charges. You watch. She knows. Okay? She may not have done the dirty deed, but I'll tell you what. She knows exactly what happened to Summer and where she's at, in my opinion. There's no way in hell that Candace didn't, or Don didn't say something to Granny, who was living 20 feet away from that damn shithole and her shithole on wheels.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I know damn good and well she knows, in my opinion.
She was with them all day. She
Yep.
was with them all day.
Yep. She knows the whole story.
She told Emma one story. She told her friend another story, about the orange pop and everything. When your story changes, you're lying.
Yeah, the truth is the truth. Oh my gosh.
I don't know where Kevin went. It says device is not connected. You're not connected, Kevin. All right, so he said, of course, like I said, this is blurry. Give me a second. He wants the laws to change on selfish, sick child abductors. They have no right being free within our society. I ask everyone to please help us get the laws changed before more children and families are destroyed at the hands of heartless, pure evil, selfish, predatory psychopaths. Did you hear that, Kevin?
Well, you know what? Let me address something right quick. I don't know what's going on with our internet service. They were working on it our last live, remember?
Yeah.
And ever since then, sometimes I just it drops me out of the net. I mean, I don't know, it just disappears.
That's okay.
I
Dodging
think
Bullet said Kevin went to clean up the eggs. Did you go to clean up the eggs, Kevin?
yeah, I threw them in the damn trash. That's where they belong, Mister
Exactly.
Donny Boy.
This
In the
comment.
garbage.
This comment from Haunted. Haunted said, "This is not rocket science. When you change your story, it shows your guilt."
You're right, Haunted. That is a great statement because the truth is the truth. It doesn't change. Well, it can change, but it's still, if the change is true. But when you start switching how many different scenarios has Don Wells given us? Can we even count them?
Just off the top of my head, cartel,
Right.
Mexico,
Right.
Dave Rader,
Yep.
help me, because I mean it should just be
I'm
flowing
thinking.
out. I know we've talked about so much.
I guess what I'm getting at all the bullshit statements. I mean, they're just so many. You could sit around and pick this apart. He's given us so many scenarios. In the That's a scenario. It goes on and on. He's just said things. If it was the truth, only one of them would be true, probably. I mean, it's so
Chris
obvious
McDonough?
to me that he's a damn liar.
Yeah, he brought up Chris McDonough.
Yeah.
He brought
The
up
boys.
Doug from another channel. He's brought up everybody. I'm still waiting on him.
And don't forget this.
What?
Yeah, don't forget this. He threw his boys under the bus, too.
He did.
Yep.
He did.
If they would have, I've told them boys a million times, when Summer's outside, you better watch her. No, you get off your ass. Candace, get off your ass and watch your kid. Piece of shit.
Exactly. Yeah, he's blamed everybody. I think he had a lot of help with that statement. But as far as him saying stuff like, I want the laws changed. Buddy, you don't want the laws changed. You know why? Because you'd already be sitting in jail.
Exactly. Well, it's coming, Don. Trust me. You better celebrate your, him and Candace sitting up there probably drinking and drugging. We know that. And planning the rest of their lives without their kids or planning to have another one. Who knows? But I'm just saying, you better enjoy this time because it's going to get real noisy here real quick. Like, yeah. I hope to God they find her. That's all I hope. I hope they find Summer.
That would be the biggest blessing right now, if they found Summer, because that would tell the whole story. That would tell it all. But I think he already knew where he was going to take her. Yep. I think this is just my opinion. Just my opinion. I think the whole day was planned. That's the reason they wanted to make sure that day, even though this girl was neglected, let's face it, she was neglected. That day, all eyes were on Summer. Everyone saw Summer. Everyone saw Summer.
A lot of this is my opinions, but there is one fact. Those kids were neglected. I seen the proof when Chris McDonough interviewed in that house. I wouldn't want my pet rat to live in there.
No, looks like they had pet rats in there. Because what that neighbor reported about the wolf rats eating fast food all the time, which, the fast food is, they're eating, okay? But I mean, just the overall unsanitary conditions that they were in.
Yeah, Mom Patrol.
Mom Patrol. What Mom Patrol lets wolf rats be all over her counters? You know?
Yeah, that shirt. Yeah. When I saw that shirt, I knew she was a bullshitter.
Which shirt makes you more mad, Kevin? Mom Patrol or the red hoodie? Or the rebel flag cap?
Which one?
Yeah.
I have to say Mom Patrol. She's a Mom Patrol, all right. What the hell is she patrolling? Dancerwood and her kids.
Nope. Ashley said that shirt was a slap to all our faces.
Well, how many times has Summer been slapped in the face? How about that, Don?
Over
how many
and
times
over
has your
and over.
daughter been slapped? Ain't right. It's just not right. You know, and so many people, I'm not the only one, noticed that it was bullshit from the very first day. The first day. When I heard about it, I thought, I'll bet, my thinking was, man, I'll bet you the parents had something to do with this. But then after the first interview, I was like, oh, yeah, I was right. I think that first interview was so telling because the reason I go back, I've said this, the reason I go back to that interview is because Don and Candace, they answer all your questions. That's where the resurrection was brought up. And if you watch that interview, there's so many red flags.
Oh, there's tons of them. Hey, you picked out a song for Don. You want to hear it real quick?
Sure.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it. Pray for me, son of a bitch.
All right. Are you drinking with me, Jesus? Are you standing right here? Are you drinking with me, Jesus? I can't see too clear. Are you drinking with me, Jesus? Are you anywhere near? 'Cause if you're drinking with me, Jesus, won't you buy a free beer? I ain't asking for a miracle. Don't wanna waste your time. But if you're really here at all, why don't you give us a sign? I just had that double vision. The president's almost failed. I'm starting to believe in you. Just need a little help. So are you drinking with me, Jesus? Are you standing right here? 'Cause if you're drinking with me, Jesus, won't you buy a friend a beer? Well, I know I've been a bad man. I know I live in sin. Put a cold one in my hand. I let that spirit in. Just by the bar, another round like the one we just had. You don't have to spend a dime. Put it on your old man's tab. Are you drinking with me, Jesus? Are you standing right here? 'Cause if you're drinking with me, Jesus, won't you buy a friend a beer?
God, that's funny.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I can just see that too. I can picture that in my mind with Dawn and Candace.
Hey, highway trucker. Someone asked why they got timed out. I don't know why you got timed out. The only thing people get timed out for is victim shaming, agreeing with sexual abuse, agreeing with domestic violence. I know we had a bunch of trolls with the Gabby case recently, basically blaming her for what went on. So sometimes it could be an accident. I mean, I timed out one of her own mods one time, you know? It was a good one. So a couple of people, not very many. I thought there'd be a lot more talking about the neighbor. And I'm not going to discredit this woman. And reason being, if you start tearing apart people that come forward with information, that is the reason that so many people don't talk to the police. They don't tell them things that they saw because they know that they're going to get torn apart between social media and the community.
Well, it could be too. Law enforcement said maybe somebody told her to shut her trap. I don't know.
Well, no, I mean, she gave her statement and that's all she gave her statement and she moved on.
Right.
But I'm saying, there's some people saying, yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff she said didn't make sense to me. And that's because, I'm not from there. But then a lot of stuff she said did make sense because you can look at the property and tax records and also the fact that Don, weeks ago, nobody asked him about a scream. No one had even heard about it. And I remember thinking it was very odd that out of the blue he would go, yeah, like that lady saying she heard a scream. That's bullshit. Well, the minute that Dawn says something isn't true, it's good possibility that it is.
Yeah, I still honestly believe that letter, for CPS, I do think that's 100% true from that lady. I still. And the other thing is, a lot of people, they want her. She's not going to give you times of when she heard the scream and all that. I would think law enforcement, that's something law enforcement is keeping close to their chest. I mean, she hasn't said anything about the times. And to me, that makes sense that she was told not to say anything about times. I can't discredit or credit this lady yet, but I'm not going to say she's bullshit. Nope.
Oh, okay, lip locked. I understand. I got it. Well, like Judge Judy always says, if it doesn't make sense, it isn't true. The only three people talking that make zero sense are Dawn, Candace, and Grandis. None of their stories make a lick of sense.
Nope.
None. And anytime Dawn is discounting someone, the neighbor, Dave Rader, Chris McDonough, you name it, the list goes on and on.
How's he gonna throw John Walsh under the bus?
I can't wait, but we know he will.
I want to see that.
He will.
Okay,
so just
Don.
some thoughts on the neighbor, why I think she's being truthful. One, she moved out of the area. Because think about it. Would you want to live next to Dawn and Candace after what went down there?
Hell no. With the capital H.
Mm-hmm. The length of her statement and the detail, it doesn't take very long to tell a lie, as we've seen from Dawn, Candace, and Grandis. But when you're telling the events of a day, it takes a long time. And, she does it's hard to follow her. I'm not going to lie. Okay. People said that, she takes medication for cancer and, things like that. And that's truly awful. And, I wouldn't have wanted to be there that day. I wouldn't want to live by him, period.
No, not at all. I can't imagine having them as neighbors.
Yep. It's just before people go out there publicly and say, she's making all this up, she's lying, she's doing this, she's doing that. That's the reason people don't speak out in these cases. And they will sit there on pertinent information because of things like that. Because they don't want to be accused of making it up. And if she's making it up, that's all on her because she will get charged.
Right. Living next to them, be like, you get up to go to work and Candace is laying in the front yard. Oh, you tell your friends, oh, that's nothing. She's out there. Yeah, she just lays in the yard, drunk, high. You know, I can't imagine living next door to them and all their dogs. You know, you'd have the Humane Society over every day next to your house.
Exactly. Well, and that's another thing. I mean, I've said for a long time, I wish the Humane Society would round up all those dogs. And I've been told by a lot of people that they're not going to do anything about it. Because, who in that house except Don and Candace isn't neglected? Well, and Grandis. Hell, they can't even keep the dogs healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been great if Summer would have been returned back to Yucky. You know?
That was another creepy story.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Some old man called him. For those that don't remember, because there's been so much, some old man called him and said that he had a dream about Summer. Let me see if I can find it.
And Yucky.
That's definitely worth revisiting. Let me see. Hang on if I have it here.
Right, because he said Summer couldn't say lucky, so she called her dog Yucky.
Good morning, What Big Eyes.
Good. How's everybody?
Good morning to you.
Just a second. I'm going to put this up real quick. I'm glad you brought this up, Kevin, because I think it's worth revisiting. This is when Don said, an older gentleman said he dreamed of Summer last night, and Summer asked him to ask me if I was taking care of her Yucky. I don't want to say what I think that means, but just try to wrap your mind around that statement. I wrote him back. Yucky was her dog. He replied that he thought it was such a strange name, but never thought it could be a dog. She couldn't say Lucky, so we went with Yucky. He said it was a beautiful dream, and she was very happy and kept sending her daddy kisses. I don't know this man from Adam.
Wait a minute. In the resurrection.
I don't know this man from Adam, but I asked him if he was a commandment keeper, and he said yes. I believe him. There's no way he could have known this. I've been asking God for something. Thank you, God. We love you. No, Don, you made that whole thing up.
Yeah,
you made the whole thing up, Don. Go ahead.
Commandment.
Sorry.
A commandment keeper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Why does the thing of it is? I mean, he hasn't lately, but he tried the religion road to hide, and it didn't work. It blew up in his face. Everything, Don, Candace, and Grandma, that you try to hide behind is always proven false. Okay? Why don't you give us some credible information for a change?
Oh, Lord. It just can't get any weirder.
No. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off earlier, What Big Eyes. What did you think about his statement that it seems a little implausible that he wrote that? But anyway, what did you think about that? We went through part of it.
Well, I think it's a big fat lie. To be honest,
It is a big fat lie.
For one thing, someone wrote it for him because he can't compose his words like that. And it's just a lie. It's just to try to give credence to the fact that she's gone, just gone, and not coming back.
Got gone. She got gone.
Yep. she got gone.
Absolutely ridiculous. And look at the difference in what we just read and had on the screen that Don put on his Facebook publicly, by the way, and the statement that we read earlier. That was written by two different people. Did you notice that, Kevin?
Yeah, and like I said, I can almost assure you who helped them write it. Okay? One of them is the shares, in my opinion, and the other one I'm not going to talk about today. So,
Yep.
Kevin's being extra nice today. Kevin is being extra nice today.
Yep, I have to be because, I don't wish that on any parent. So I do have, my heart isn't that black, but
Right.
I just think, everybody notices that Don didn't write that. He doesn't have that kind of vocabulary capability, in my opinion.
I put in the chat, Don, the infamous author.
Oh, he is. Lit up a room? That's something they say on Dateline NBC. The room could not contain her energy. This is not Dawn.
No.
Really? So what are your thoughts? What do you think's going to go down when John Walsh covers this on Wednesday? Because I can't wait.
Well, here's the deal. I don't think they want national attention. And I'm not just saying Don and Candace and Grandis. I'm talking about the Hawkins County law enforcement. They've been trying to sweep this under the rug for a long time because the statement the other day that Ronnie Lawson made was that it's social media's fault, and they know so much more that they can't say. Well, if they know that much more, why is there not an arrest? Where is the person who did something to Summer? They know so much. Do something. This is going to crack the can wide open. I'm so happy. I hope that Mark Klass gets on this, Nancy Grace, and who knows, anybody that's got national attention.
I thought Nancy Grace did say something about it early on. She doesn't anymore. She doesn't like constantly cover stuff. You know what I mean? She does like a blurb and it kind of goes away. Welcome back, Kevin.
Welcome
back. I'll be right back. I gotta get right quick. Give my grandson his lunch thing. I'll be right back. Sorry.
Okay. I just muted him. That's fine. No, but I think, when Sheriff Lawson, because we talked about it, I think it was the last show. And, he had he had a different tone. Something was really annoying him. I kind of think it was the neighbor when she put on her own Facebook page about things that she saw there that day.
Yep.
And I'm sure he is frustrated. We're all frustrated, but there were 3 adults that had eyes on Summer that day, throughout the day. And I'm not mentioning Allie. Allie saw her for, a little bit.
Right.
And actually, I'm going to narrow that down. Candace and Grandis had eyes on her all day.
Yeah, and when you think about it, little Mercedes Lane, the parents were arrested for failing to maintain proper care by turning her over to the cousin or whatever that she ended up being murdered by. So where's the accountability for these parents? At least they could be called in and questioned severely, as long as they don't lawyer up, they can, put them in the box. Why haven't they done that? They haven't.
I don't think they have either. And that's another good point. Why haven't Don and Candace got an attorney? Why have they not Why don't they have an attorney speaking for them? Why don't they have an attorney reaching out to the mainstream media to put heat on Hawkins County or on TBI or whoever's supposed to be officially in charge?
Yeah, they either don't need it because they know they're not going to suffer any repercussions from it, or no one wants to touch them.
I think it's a little of all that. I think that they really want this to just go away.
Yeah, everybody involved in this and investigating and in, the actual parents and grandparent, they want this just to go away, and they thought it would. They never dreamed that people would just fall in love with this little girl and keep asking questions and putting stuff out there. They just never dreamed it, because remember, up until just recently, like with John Walsh, and I think it was a blurb, you're right, about Nancy Grace, there had really been nothing that would get the national attention. And now it's really going to go full force, I believe.
Oh, I think it is
Yep.
too.
Where are they going to hide?
Exactly. And what are they going to say about John Walsh? Because Don will. And it's going to change the whole trajectory, because a lot of people, okay, they don't want to deal with their local PD. They don't want to get involved. But he's going to start getting a lot of anonymous tips, things that people never said before. I think they're going to trust John Walsh more than they do the sheriff.
Right. I said that this morning in my community post about, because people that know stuff in that area are scared to death if they talk to law enforcement, because they know the connection there. And so they're not going to say anything. But if they can do it anonymously and be protected, somebody's going to talk.
Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send John Walsh a semi-load of torches and pitchforks.
Oh,
I would love to see
I was taking a drink
mob.
of orange juice, Kevin. I was taking a drink of orange juice. Okay, go ahead. Oh,
I mean, I don't wish anyone to harm them physically. I'm not into that. A good little ass whipping wouldn't be bad. But the thing of it is, I hope that whole road is lined with people screaming, "Where's Summer?" I just hope that happens. Like they did for Gabby. Look what they did outside the house there. Outside of Brian's house there. Huh. Summer could end up getting that kind of attention.
Well, you would hope so. But
Yep.
Kevin, you almost made coffee go up my nose when you said that.
Semi of pitchforks and torches. Oh my God. Yeah, we're not promoting any riot or anything like that, but it is worth discussing that it seems like the community, just looking from afar, I don't mean everyone. Thank you, Annette. They're not as up in arms about this as you would think. Because when you see, people came out of the woodwork for Gabby. They sit outside the house. Where's Gabby? Where's Gabby? Now they're outside going, where's Brian? Where's Brian? Where's Brian?
Yep. Well,
the same thing happened with Gannon Staunch. People are standing outside the house just doing candlelight vigils every night trying to get Gannon back.
Yep. But it's the mindset in that community right around them. If you listen to that Jody Sue, when she was talking about it, she was trying to make them sound kind of normal, like, middle America, but they're not.
Mm-mm.
They're not. And there's different ends of that Beach Creek Road, down where Ben Hill Road is, a different world. That's all I'm going to say. The hills and hollers, there's so much going on there.
Can you imagine?
They could
Go
make
ahead, big guys.
us every day. Yeah.
Can you imagine when this goes national, if they start exposing all the stuff Don has said to the nation. You know, look at how it is on social media. You know, I'm talking about stuff like talking in past tense, all these ridiculous things, the prank phone call. Wait till if people hear all that nationwide. Huh, the thunder is coming down. I'm telling you, man, what are they going to do to get to try to discredit John Walsh? What are they going to do?
And what are a few other channels going to do? How are they going to attack this man?
Right.
He has dedicated his life to victims after what happened to his own child. What do you think he's going to do? What, Big Eyes?
Well, if they start attacking him, he's going to come back full force. He will expose everything. I have no doubt about that because he doesn't play. And excuse the barking dog. He was having some kind of a booger attack or something.
Oh, that's fine. Sorry, I was just reading the chat. I agree, Haunted. That prank call was a big F you to all of us. That was just them showing their cockiness, that they're not worried. You know, they're not worried for some reason. Not worried about their daughter. Not worried about her being found. Not worried about being arrested. I wonder if they've even talked to an attorney. What do you think, Kevin?
Boy, if I'm wondering, you know, I think to myself, what attorney would take this? But if you think about it, okay, let's say right now I don't think they have an attorney.
No.
But when John Walsh gets a hold of this, they better lawyer up, because Don and Candace and Granny have not seen the type of thunder they're about to experience. You know, this is not going to be fun and games anymore. Sending a video of sending a video of taking a dump.
Right.
Good one. Can you imagine if John Walsh, what he could do if he really wanted to discredit them? If he showed all that bullshit nationwide, this country is going to explode, because nobody has ever acted like Don and Candace over a missing child in history.
No. They at least try to act concerned.
It's coming down. I can't wait. Finally, somebody is going to really, really, really stir up the flames. I can tell you that.
I agree. Well, I'm going to start winding this down before we go. You guys might want to check this out. This little girl's been missing since September 2nd from Baltimore. So
Who
if
is
you can
it?
on your Facebook, Nasiah McFall, 11 years old.
Okay.
She's been missing from Baltimore, Maryland.
Guy, every day there's another missing kid. It's like, What the hell is going on? And most of them, you know, and this is sad, is that most are murdered. You know, something bad happened.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how many? Because kids that are truly abducted, what's the ratio? Do they find abducted kids? I mean, they're found pretty quickly, right? If they're found.
Yeah, usually.
Some cases, not so much. I mean, we've had a couple of Amber Alerts here recently, and the children were found, you know, within hours.
Right.
Right. And there was a little 2-year-old that I shared on my community post this morning, and I had just run across it, and someone came back and told me they had found her dead, that the stepdad did it, and she was in the Mississippi River.
Huh.
You
Yep.
know,
Wow.
so there's always very quick action, except for some places, like the case of Rosemary Bly and Summer Wells. That's kind of interesting, I think.
I think it's
Yeah,
extremely.
in my opinion, and this is my opinion, it's not a fact. I think those two cases, Summer and Rose, are let's put it this way, too coincidental, in my opinion.
Yeah, my husband says there's no coincidences and there's no hocus pocus.
Right.
Yeah,
He's exactly right. I don't really believe in coincidence. It's one thing if you just left church and you ran into somebody from church at the grocery store later. That's one thing. But in
Right.
the world of the Wells, the coincidences speak volumes.
I wish some odds maker out there would figure that out. What are the odds that would happen? How many chances in a million? You know?
Yeah.
Well, I can
It's
tell
not-
you this much. I can tell you this. The amount of red flags, okay, that are in the Summer Wells case, it is mathematically impossible for an abduction.
Absolutely.
With that, it is mathematically impossible for an abduction.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Where they live, the fact that they were gone all day long, who would know they were home? Who would be waiting? You can't see inside. Candace says there's no getting in, there's no getting out. The fact that Candace, and we go back to, like I said, what Judge Judy said. If it doesn't make sense, it isn't true. How much sense does it make for Candace to go on a walk or a run and come back and 10 minutes later call 911 because Summer's missing? 10 minutes. And then we hear the 2 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Held her hand, walked her after they were planting flowers to the porch, walked her because, you know, she's Mom Patrol. So Mom Patrol walks her over to the porch, even though Granda said they both watched her walk over. And then 2 minutes later, she was gone and called 911.
She walked her all right.
Who calls after 10 minutes?
Yeah. Well, you know, the thing
It's
is,
bull crap.
These people are out in the country in the middle of nowhere. Those kids run all over the place. They don't watch them. You know, that's ridiculous. Like she was like super helicopter mom or something. No.
Yeah, Mom Patrol, 10 minutes. And let's face it, Don and Candace do not want the police involved in their life at all, considering the things they do.
Yep.
I still believe the whole day was an alibi. That day, they made sure all eyes were on Summer. They had her out in public, made a video and posted it of her swimming, took a picture of her sleeping on the milk and posted it.
So why weren't they taking pictures of them planting the flowers?
Thank you. Thank you. Why were there no pictures when they got home? Candace was on social media all the time.
Yep.
Have you thought about that, Kevin?
Why there weren't pictures of planting the flowers? Yeah, because it's bullshit. You know?
Right.
And it wasn't even flowers. They looked like some stupid little cactuses that, I mean, it was so, you know, that's another red flag. I mean, how many? It's just so ridiculous. I just can't wait till the whole world national gets to see the kind of crap we've been talking about for days and days. Okay? I can't wait. It's going to explode. Because this case is so ridiculous.
Yep.
Well, and like when they showed the pictures of the flowers, I think we all looked and said, there's weeds in there. That is not disturbed dirt. They obviously have been there for a while, but that was all they could come up with. But Grandis is the smartest of all of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, in my opinion, that lady knows everything, that granny. She knows exactly everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
She does.
she knows where Summer is, and she knows what happened, in my opinion.
She knows everything that went on that day. Her ass was right
Oh,
there.
yes, she does.
She was
Yep.
the whole reason for the outing because she had to go to the doctor.
Well, she was always in the middle of everything. So, I mean, look back at the October 12th police report. She was right in the middle of that.
Yeah, I think she was right in the middle of everything that went on. That's the reason, as a grandmother, I'm not a grandmother. I'm saying her as a grandmother. I cannot believe that she sat there and watched the abuse, neglect, and endangerment of these children and didn't snap her daughter into place.
Yeah, you know, I'm a grandmother, and there's no way I would, if I witnessed one of my children treating my grandchildren the way those kids were treated, that I could stand for it. I would do something. You know, even if I had to hurt them, I would get those children away from them.
If I saw a granddaughter with a shaved head,
Pretty hot.
are you cooking, Kevin? If I saw a granddaughter with a shaved head, heads would be rolling.
Right. You know, little girls, that's their pride and glory. It's their hair.
Yeah, grown women too. Don't mess with my hair.
Right.
My goodness. And Dawn writes it off as, oh, you know, she's a tomboy. She's a tomboy. Even tomboys don't want their head shaved.
Well, you know, I have a question too. I was looking back at Chris's interview when he went down in the dungeon that they call Summer's room and their room. And anyway, that she showed all these little toys on the shelf. Well, some are like dolls. And this one lady said she tried giving her dolls because she, you know, the boys kept messing up her dolls. Well, where was her Summer's dolls? You know, there was no mention of that.
I know where they were. They were in Don's drawer or his closet. He probably liked Summer's dolls, in my opinion.
You think Dawn was playing with dolls?
He probably got dressed up with them, in my opinion.
There's no telling.
Good theory. Exactly, Phoenix. She was also a girly girl too. So which is it? You don't go and shave a girly girl's head. Someone that wants to be Elsa. I don't. That was either to make her look like a boy, some kind of punishment. Candace was tired of brushing it. People say lice. I don't know, but that was not Summer's choice. I don't believe that at all.
Well,
let's look at it. Look at Mandis. She tries to act like a boy gangster. She probably wanted Summer to look like that too. Mandis. You know, Don, Candace, Granny, where's Summer?
And
I'll say it every day.
When I first saw this shaved head, I thought of punishment.
Thank you. That's what I thought too.
But that's just me, you know.
Exactly. It would have broke it. I bet it did break her heart when they shaved her head.
In my opinion, it was either punishment, her hair, or lice. That's my two options.
She hadn't been to school or around other kids to get lice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
True.
So that's the reason I never really bought the whole lice thing.
Who knows? Probably. Right.
I always wondered if they,
You know, the thing of it is.
What?
The thing of it is not, as far as I'm concerned, not much good went on 110 Ben Hill.
Mm-mm.
You know,
Mm-mm.
it wasn't the happy days. No.
Nope. Nope. And what I really want to know, are you familiar
And just
with
think,
go ahead. Oh, creepy Barbie
no,
said she
just think though. I just keep going back to this. Yeah. Can you imagine what's going to, I mean, I keep going back to what's going to unfold when John Walsh tears off with this. Woof.
I think it's going to get Hawkins County jumping. Don't you, what, Big Eyes?
Oh yeah, they're going to be like dancing in the fire trying to get rid of that one.
Yeah, they're not going to want this.
They won't be able to. They won't be able to shake it off.
And people talk about the area. That's been brought up many, many times over the last few months. If anyone's familiar with the Evelyn Boswell case, it did not take Sullivan County too long to arrest Megan. Now, they didn't arrest her for murdering Evelyn. They arrested her before they even found Evelyn, which she was found in like a storage container in a shed on the property.
Yeah.
But they arrested her because she kept lying to them. She kept telling all these different stories. It's the exact same thing that Don and Candace have done. They keep telling these. Now, Don's are all theories that he thinks, but Candace has told two totally different stories.
Right. But yet they just roam around free.
What if Ronnie Lawson retires? What if Ronnie Lawson retires because of this?
What if Ronnie Lawson
I
doesn't
just
get
thought
reelected?
about that when John Walsh gets involved.
Reelected?
Well, that's a possibility, Kevin.
Yeah, this is going to be something. Yeah, this is going to be something because if Ronnie think about this. If Ronnie Lawson retires, oh boy, what does that actually mean? Well, this is going to be interesting. If I see that man retire, boy, I might have another theory.
Oh,
that's all I'm saying.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned, everyone.
Well, you know, the thing about it, I don't think they're going to be able to clean up the county unless they bring in a sheriff from the outside, because there's too many connections to all the different families. You know, that's my hobby is genealogy, and I've got them all connected. It's unreal.
It is unreal, and it knowing that you have any connection to the suspects would be a good way to say, I'm not dealing with this, only the TBI. I really think what got his britches hot last week was when the neighbor was talking about what she heard that day. Because a lot of people were saying, that makes sense. She heard a scream. She saw Candace at the end of the driveway on her phone. But the police didn't show up for like another hour and a half. An hour and a half is a good, well, I say an hour and a half. That time frame, if I got it all right, because like I said, it's hard to listen to her, is ample opportunity for someone to take Summer and put her somewhere. And they would have already had to have the place picked out. That wouldn't have been a spur of the moment thing. I'm just going to stick her here, because they would have found her quickly. They already knew. They already knew where they were going to put her. The question is, why? Why did they want Summer gone? Was it CPS?
Well, I think, you know, someone said something about, you know, if it was SA, then Don would have kept her. But if you think you're about to be exposed and go to jail for that and be a registered offender, then you might have to sacrifice, you know? And that's what I think. I think he will cover for himself at all costs, no matter who he has to take out or throw under the bus.
Yep. And how is he going to respond to John Walsh? Because being the biggest ass narcissist that he is, he loves it when he controls the show. Yep. Well, I'll tell you something right now. When John Walsh gets involved, Donnie, old boy, you ain't in control. The nation is. You're in trouble, buddy.
And
You know,
here's, yeah, and here's the deal. Everybody needs to go to that channel on cable. I think it's ID, Investigation Discovery or something like that. They need to watch that show. It's on the 29th. And
Yep.
so, and they need to, if you can make comments, because that way the producers will know this has drawn attention, and John will have to do more segments on this. So the more attention we give to that show, the more attention we're going to get in the future nationwide.
Well, I've always said this. If you want to stop people from talking about you, quit giving them ammunition. Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. John Walsh, you just made a great point, big guys. Everybody watch that show, blow up comments, and of all this crap that we've been hearing, and I guarantee you, this is going to be a ride, one you're going to want to take. Yep.
well, I'm going to try to stream it
Blow.
here. I'm hoping that people aren't tuned in to other channels and stuff like that. I mean, because this is the time to give attention to Summer. No drama, no BS.
Exactly.
Let John Walsh do what John Walsh has done for years and does very well, because it's one thing what it's going to do to Dawn, but it's another thing what it's going to do to that sheriff's department. They do not want national attention on this case. They don't want it.
Right.
They don't want big dogs.
Just made a good point.
They don't want big
Sorry,
dogs.
Brooks. No, I was just going to say you just made a great point. We'll be streaming that. So if you want commentary and the full, don't worry, this channel will be on it 24/7.
Yeah, from what I can understand, it's like a 30-second blip, because I found the clip of it. I don't know if that's the whole thing, but I did share that today. And so we need to show them that the ratings go poo, to the ceiling right there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
they'll come back and they'll do further stories and more investigation, if that's all it is.
Well,
but thank you, Brooks, for doing that. That'll be great.
If I can, we'll have to see. I don't know. I have to. Oh yeah, because I can put Hulu on my laptop and do it that way.
Yeah, you can get it through Hulu.
I almost said
Well, I can guarantee you.
But we have Hulu, so that wouldn't be a problem.
I guarantee you, the producers, if they read the comments, they're going to know who Crime Lines and Lies is. That I promise. They'll know who Kevin B. and Brooks is.
They're going to
For
know
sure.
you're cooking for Dawn, aren't they? They're going to know.
Yep.
They're going to know. Hey, can you just imagine all the comments that are going to be flooding them? Whoa. It's going to be fun to watch Donnie, Candace, and Granny squirm.
Yeah, watch them get roasted.
Yep.
Yep,
Exactly.
it's actually, I'm sure it hasn't been comfortable for those three, but it's about to get real uncomfortable.
Yep. So it's Wednesday, right?
Right.
Yeah,
it's
Wednesday night.
Wednesday night. I think it's
What time was it?
10:30 Eastern. 10:30 Eastern, so it'd be 10:30 Central. 9:30 Central.
Yep, I better take a nap that day.
But it'll be worth watching.
Yeah, don't worry. We will be watching.
Because I will tell you, in the Breasia Terrell case, John Walsh never covered it, but there was on Investigation Discovery, when they talked about Breasia Terrell, a lot of stuff got moving. And people from all over the country were calling Davenport PD. I saw this on this channel. I saw this, they hadn't heard of it.
Yep. It's amazing how there's so many people out there that are willing to help. And maybe they just haven't heard of this case, Maybe it's just us here in the true crime community in this one segment that has been covering that. and who knows, what's out there, and we'll be watching whenever John does this show about summer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be wonderful.
Yep, I can't wait. I cannot wait. In 30 seconds, it's better than nothing, because that 30 seconds on that channel will get people Googling summer wells, joining Facebook groups, looking at YouTube. It'll get a whole new interest in the case. Where people said this case was going away, and a lot of them blamed the whole thing about Gabby. Don't talk about Gabby. It takes away from summer. Or we're done talking about summer because, we need to talk about this. We can talk about everything.
Exactly. That's just like when you have a whole bunch of children. You love all your children equally. Because you cover one doesn't mean that you're not going to cover the other. It's just that there's been no news. It's just every day I think of ways to bring Summer's name up because there's just nothing happening. And guess who has stalled the whole thing? And it starts right there in Hawkins County, Tennessee.
That's right, ma'am.
Yep.
That's right.
Rogersville is about to be lit up. Yep. Start Wednesday, Ronnie Lawson. Rogersville will be lit up and exposed.
Exactly.
Thank God. Finally, summer. That's what I'm just saying. Be in it for the long haul. This is going to work. This is going to turn out, I think, okay. And I just can't wait to see what really gets exposed.
Oh, I think so. Well, on that note, I'm going to start winding everything down, guys. Hey, thanks for being in here. Thanks for joining in to chat with us about summer, not forgetting summer. That's, the title of the show. Don't forget about summer. Don't. We have a couple of new cases we're going to talk about this week, too. We're going to do anything that happens with Gabby, we'll jump on. Anything happens with summer, we'll jump on. And we will we'll stream that on Wednesday because a lot of people can't see it. And again, thank you, What Big Eyes.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Maud. Thanks, chat. We have the best chat.
Really,
Absolutely.
thanks everybody.
Yep.
Just keep screaming Summer's name from every rooftop. Just where's Summer? Where's Summer? And I guarantee you, we're going to get some answers here pretty quick.
That's right.
Some answers.
You got it.
Absolutely. We will see you guys. Either it might be later it could be 5 minutes, it could be later this afternoon, but if not, for sure tomorrow morning. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all.